Welcome to episode number 2 of Sales Talk, and this is Yad again. I'm making a video again after a bit, like it's been a week or so, more than a week probably. And yeah, so essentially, just wanted to give you a quick, what I'm thinking? I'm actually thinking of doing these videos every single Sunday, right? Because that makes it a bit better. One of the biggest reasons I'm even posting like this right now, like completely raw, oh my god, this is so raw to be honest, man, because the quality looks absolutely shit. Not even sure if the audio is gonna be amazing, but yeah, it's something, right? So let's try to make this every single Sunday, but we're gonna be talking every single Sunday. Hopefully, even more later on. But I'm planning to post more on IG. That's mainly my thing. But yeah, okay. I'll give some updates about my own journey, right? So yeah, I've been on this closing role for like more than a month right now. I haven't made any sales. Zero. Sorry, zero sales yet. Yeah, and it just goes to show you, man, that there is so much doubt seeping inside of you. Like when you're actually going ahead and doing these jobs, right? Because there's another guy on the team, right? And he made sales in the amount of time I've spent here. People already made sales, but I didn't, right? And it kind of got to me, like subconsciously, even consciously. A lot of the times I was blaming myself, and I was obviously, yeah, there's always that element of self accountability. Absolutely everything that has happened to me is my responsibility, and there's I didn't end up here by accident. I could have always done something. That element is always going to be there, but it seeps into you, bro, right? When you start comparing, and it's healthy competition, but at the same time there's self-doubt. Because one thing I've learned is that when we do things for the first time, right, we do things for the first time and we see no results, and then there's another guy who's kind of similar to you. He got better results. Really makes you question that, okay, what am I doing right now? Like, the thing that I'm doing, is it really it? Am I really moving the needle? Am I really, do I even have that hunger? It really makes you question if you even have that drive, if you want to do it in the first place, if you're even capable of doing that in the first place. But yeah, there's always, belief is very important, and so I try not to focus on that a lot. I have all of these sort of tools and techniques that I didn't have before, right? So there's this thing where I meditate, right? Like at least I know about it, right? Where you can do 15 seconds of meditation, you think of the happiest memory, and that allows you to stop feeling like this. There's the breathing techniques for energy, and there's for going out of anxiety. Not I don't really get anxious for some reason, obviously because I pray a lot, right? I'm praying 5 times a day, but yeah. And I've come to realize, man, that I gotta get my game up, bro. Because what stretches you is what makes you money in this space. If you don't do things that are painful, you're not gonna get paid, right? Obviously, there is this skill set and everything as well. There's that, skill set and everything. But one of the guys that I talked to, and I really look up to him. Yeah, he's a coach, and I asked him like, okay, when did you start making money? How was it? And he told me that for 5 months, like he'd been in the space for 11 months. For 5 months, he didn't make any money, and then for 6 months, he made like some money. And so that just goes to show how far you actually can go on your own. And that's one of the major reasons that I don't want to do this alone. I want to get it. I want to surround myself with killers. I want to surround myself with people, because isolation, I've tried it, right? I tried isolating myself. I isolated myself from family, friends. I cut off everyone, left all of the clubs in my college, stopped talking to people in my class. I started sitting in corners, and for a while that's good, right? But if you don't have a group of people or sources to replace that with, then there's no point of isolation. Isolation leads you to misery. That's it. We're social creatures. We can't, like, yeah, to some element we can be alone, but you need social interaction every now and then. And there's this thing, right, where I think sometimes, right, that shit, bro. Where am I in life, bro? Yeah. What am I doing? How do I change, right? And it sucks, bro. Like, it does suck, but at the same time, it's like, I was going for so many months. I was going with this mindset that, I'm praying, right? So God's gonna take care of me. But then, like 2 days ago or something, I just heard this one thing, and it's really been in my mind a lot. Like, it's been just repeating again and again and again. And it's that God gives you opportunities, but you need to use those opportunities yourself. He expects you to do everything on your own. He's the one responsible to he's the one who he's not even responsible. Out of kindness he brings you opportunities. Your job is to make sure that you use them. When they come, you make sure you squeeze every single bit out of them. And that's somewhere where I was lacking, because I was praying, right? I was doing these prayers. Obviously, as I'm not doing them at the same scale that I used to do. As Ramzan's coming up, so it's in, I think, like 2 or 3 days, and so it's gonna be, I don't know, man. Maybe it's gonna be harder, maybe it's not gonna be harder, like with fasting and everything. But yeah, it's definitely a job. I'm still grateful, man. I'm grateful that I'm here, but I don't know. Just these subconscious expectations that I have, right? They're not very nice. But yeah, anyways, like, what am I saying? I want to document, right? I want to show where I'm going through, what I'm going through right now. So, um, yeah, what I'm doing right now is I wake up, I rush to college for classes. I'm going for classes every single day at 8, and oops, and yeah, when I come back from classes, then I'm doing appointment setting. Once I'm setting, once I've booked calls, then I'm trying to send them pre-sale sequences, and then I'm hopping on sales calls. But for the last like 1 week or so, there's been absolutely nothing. There's literally been zero. Like, dude, I haven't been taking calls at all. I just get really lazy or something, and I end up not sending them the pre-sale sequences, and then they don't show up. Like, bro, if you're just booking like 2 calls, how can you expect them to just show up, right? Because even the show up rate is gonna be shit. And so one thing also I realize is I gotta make sure to book in double digits, right? Which I'm working towards, right? I'm gonna make it like I'm making it my mind to book calls in double digits, right? Because that's pretty nice. I'm also working my way up there, because that was another mistake I made. Was like, I was working tons of hours, but then I'd get burnt out and I'd stop working and I'd lose hope and everything. So I'm building my work ethic right now. Like, right now I'm at 1 hour per day for setting, and hopefully in a week or so it's gonna be 1.5 hours. It's gonna go to 2 hours, And obviously for the sales calls, I'm just focusing on building work ethic, right? Because I feel like work ethic matters, and also putting in the reps matters. And so while I'm doing the appointment setting, I'm also trying to talk as much as possible, really get to know the people, really get to know my audience, niche, whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much a summary. I haven't been hitting the gym, and I sacrificed the gym for this completely. So I went today and it was so refreshing, bro. It was absolutely refreshing. I also did some activities. I woke up today. I was like, man, I'm gonna do 50 push-ups and then I'm gonna take a cold shower. That was very very good. Made me feel energetic. And oops, yeah, I gotta go, man. So yeah, that's a summary. And see you in the next episode, right? Which is gonna be probably next Sunday, or maybe whenever I feel like it. So yeah.